You ever wake up and feel like you've been sleepwalking through your own life? Your back aches, your wife hardly looks at you, and somewhere between bills, pressure, and scrolling on your phone, you stopped feeling alive. I get it, because I was you. 40 years ago, I thought getting older meant fading, losing strength, losing desire, losing myself. But here's the truth most men never hear. It's not the years that kill your vitality, it's disconnection. From your body, from your woman, from your purpose. You don't need another pill, gym membership, or doctor visit to fix you. You need a shift, a deeper reconnection that most men never make. And by the end of this story, you'll know exactly how to do it. I'm 83 years old, and doctors are still scratching their heads. My heart rate, testosterone, blood flow, and energy test like a man half my age. But what really shocks them isn't the numbers, it's how I live. The 4 habits they called bad turned out to be the best things I ever did. Before you scroll away, ask yourself, when was the last time you felt truly desired by the woman you love? The last time you woke up with hunger, not for food, but for life itself. If you can't remember, this might be the most important 10 minutes you'll spend all week. For over 20 years, I've worked with men and couples, helping them rebuild intimacy, confidence, and vitality when they thought it was gone forever. I've seen executives, soldiers, grandfathers, and newlyweds all struggling with the same silent pain. She's distant. He feels invisible. The bedroom has gone cold, and nobody knows how to thaw it. When I met Henry, he was 79, limping, tired, and certain that his best years were behind him. 4 years later, at 83, he was stronger, more passionate, and more connected than men half his age. The principles he discovered, the same bad habits doctors warned against, are the exact tools any man can use to rebuild his body, his desire, and his marriage from the inside out. By the end, you'll understand why your partner's desire may have changed, how to reconnect emotionally and physically without awkwardness, and the exact steps to reawaken energy, passion, and strength starting tonight. You'll hear Henry's story, the science behind each shift, and practical steps any man, 30 or 70, can apply. This isn't about supplements or hormones. This is about reclaiming the man you were meant to be. Henry had spent decades on construction sites, his hands big, his neck sunburned, the kind of man who measured worth in sweat. He loved his wife, Marie, fiercely, but by his late 60s, the spark had gone. She stopped reaching for his hand, laughed less often, and in bed rolled away, claiming she was tired. Henry tried harder, flowers, dinners, better performance, but each attempt only made the silence louder. One night, staring at himself in the mirror, pale-skinned and shoulders drooping, the man who once commanded job sites had become a stranger with hollow eyes. He realized, if I don't do something now, I'll die long before I'm dead. What Henry didn't understand, and most men never do, is that his body wasn't betraying him. It was responding to years of emotional disconnection, stress, and unspoken resentment. Men are taught to fix problems mechanically. If the car breaks, replace the part. If the body slows, take a pill. But relationships and vitality don't work like engines. They work like ecosystems. Neglect one part, the soil, the sunlight, the water, and everything wilts. Henry's problem wasn't just his body, it was his story. The story he told himself about being a man, strong, silent, self-sacrificing, had become a cage. Escaping it required 4 small, rebellious acts that doctors still can't explain. How many times have you ignored your body's whispers, the exhaustion, low drive, or quiet ache in your chest when she pulls away? Most men bury it under work, telling themselves it's just age or stress. But ignoring the signal turns the volume down until one day you feel numb, no joy, no passion, not even pain. That's what kills intimacy. Not rejection, not age, numbness. Henry tried diets, cardio, testosterone shots. Nothing worked. You can't medicate a soul starved for connection. The turning point came the morning Henry broke one of the biggest rules of aging. At 79, he went for a walk. Not around the block, not slowly. He walked fast, breathed deeply, felt the sun warm his face, and smelled the wet earth after rain. He realized he was alive, not half alive, not surviving, not existing, but alive. Doctors had warned him to conserve energy, avoid strenuous activity, and not risk injury, but the body responds to signals, not intentions. Avoiding movement had shut his body down. Muscles atrophied, circulation slowed, hormone levels dropped, and sexual desire waned. That walk told his body, I'm here, I'm still strong, I still deserve vitality. Physiologically, the walk increased circulation, sent oxygen and nutrients to organs, muscles, and even his brain, and triggered slight surges of testosterone, dopamine, and other key hormones for energy, desire, and motivation. Cortisol decreased, leaving him calmer, more present, and confident. Emotional connection and bodily movement are intertwined. Every conscious choice signals to your nervous system that you are alive, capable, and worthy of pleasure. Henry's walk cost nothing but was a small rebellion against decay, a conscious claim to life. This wasn't just physical health. Henry had been living like a ghost, numbing himself to pain, fear, and disappointment. Emotional disconnection in his marriage, stress at work, and invisibility had taken a toll. By moving and acting for himself first, he reclaimed agency, the foundation of desire for life and intimacy. Women respond to presence, vitality, and a man fully living in his body and emotions. That morning, Henry stopped waiting for the world's permission. He gave it to himself. Most men avoid this because society teaches constant self-sacrifice, pushing needs aside for career, family, appearances. Playing it safe kills vitality, comfort kills desire, routine kills passion. Henry's bad habit was a rebellion against safety, and it worked. You can start tonight. Move for yourself, not anyone else. Walk, run, lift, stretch, swim, whatever makes you feel alive. Focus on breath, heartbeat, and senses. Do it without guilt or pressure. Signal to your nervous system, I am alive, and everything else starts to shift. Movement was just the beginning. Henry realized he had been disconnected from his emotions as much as his body. He had buried grief over lost opportunities, frustration at unmet expectations, and longing for connection beneath decades of responsibility. Emotional numbness is the silent killer of desire, lowering testosterone, raising cortisol, and killing intimacy. Henry faced these feelings gradually, methodically, and with honesty, breaking the rules of emotional restraint. Repetition reinforced his signal. He was capable, alive, and deserving of connection and desire. Small acts repeated consistently create transformation. Henry's first step reclaimed his body, but vitality alone wasn't enough. Desire is emotional first, physical second. Emotional suppression increases stress, distance lowers attraction, and invisibility destroys connection. Henry realized he and Marie had become strangers under the same roof. Instead of withdrawing, he began speaking openly and vulnerably, not blaming or demanding, simply expressing truth. I miss us. I miss feeling connected. I miss feeling close to you. I want us back. Initially awkward, these conversations gradually made Marie feel seen, heard, and slowly desire returned. Oxytocin spikes when emotional honesty is expressed and received, and testosterone and dopamine respond to connection and feeling impactful. Desire isn't a performance switch. It's a signal sent when your partner feels emotionally safe and seen. Men often sabotage intimacy by pressuring for sex, hiding feelings, or waiting for the right moment. Breaking emotional restraint was Henry's second rebellious habit, which any man can practice. Remove pressure, open with curiosity instead of blame, speak your truth, listen actively, and repeat consistently. Emotional safety builds over weeks, not minutes. Within 3 weeks, Marie softened, laughed more, and reached for his hand. Henry's desire grew because he felt emotionally alive, not because he performed better physically. Desire flows from a triad: body, movement awakens physical vitality; heart, honesty awakens emotional vitality; mind, intentional presence awakens clarity and confidence. Most men fail not for lack of effort or love, but because they hide their fears and longings, diminishing desire, connection, and confidence daily. Henry broke that pattern. Every morning, Henry visualized emotional connection, sitting quietly, eyes closed, imagining connecting with Marie safely and deeply, picturing her smiling, laughing, touching him, and feeling gratitude as if the connection already existed. This primes the nervous system for emotional intimacy, producing real changes over time. His first two habits, movement and emotional honesty, transformed him. But the third habit, more subtle, psychological, and counterintuitive, involved breaking the rules of pleasure itself. Friends, family, and doctors warned him he was too old, yet it unlocked vitality, intimacy, and desire thought lost forever.